Well, the public is getting a little rebound on these favorites, Al. Back up here with Big Al for their all access for Saturday, May 10th, as Minnesota stomps back, laying the 10 points for you as a nice 7 unit release, winning 117 to 93. And the day before that, we hit our 9 unit release on Oak City Thunder minus whatever they were, 10 or 11, winning 149 to 106. So it looks like there's been a little reversion back after watching all these underdogs just absolutely roll and win outright.
Yeah, I mean, underdogs will, do. It wasn't the fact that they were underdogs; it was the fact that they were road teams. The road underdogs generally don't do great in game ones, but
Mm-hmm.
yeah, that was the first time ever that they won all four game ones
That was the first time ever. You're right.
in
So
the in the in the in the in the quarterfinals. In the
in the
quarterfinals.
quarterfinals. So with that being said, if you guys want to pick up the all access, by all means, send me a text message 443-957-1006. If you want to know the difference, I covered this in a couple videos back. At the time of that recording, you were plus about 42 units versus being about 249 with our rating system. And as we always say, a lot of clients bet a lot of other games because when I ask clients, we just had talked about this off air. We're ask a client where they stand, they don't know. They go, let me check. So I that's the value of keeping good records online and keeping good records on my internal database. I can always tell the client where he should be, but it doesn't mean that's where he will be.
Yeah, I was joking with you offline.
Right.
I had a client text me. He says, "What was our play? Yes, what were our plays yesterday, and what were their ratings?" Well, we only had one play yesterday,
Right.
and
Exactly.
if he was just religiously betting the games and putting the exact amount on them every time, he could just go to his bookmaker account. He could see, oh, I have $5,000 on, the Tennessee,
Yeah. Exactly.
Volunteers.
Exactly.
Therefore, it was an X unit play. But that's not what they do. They bet,
Exactly.
you
It's
know,
funny because
15 other games. They don't know which one I gave them.
exactly. Well, that's the nature. As I always say, we're not mutual fund managers. We're not investment managers. We don't manage people's money. We lead the horse to water, but as you know, you cannot make them drink. So, with that being said, guys, if you want to hop on and get access to the water, send me a text message. And as always, if you're a smaller player, you can always hop on to pickdogs.com and purchase the plays from Al daily, weekly, or monthly, or annually. So, what are we looking
Yeah,
at today?
and
Go ahead.
annually really is the way to go. I mean, I think at Pick Dogs, what are we up now over the last 12 months? Something like 100 and I don't know, 10 or 120 net games. I don't know what it is.
Exactly.
Um, yeah, we're gonna look at the under in Game Three between Golden State and Minnesota. The Warriors, Eric, they averaged 113.7 points in the regular season. Steph Curry accounted for 24 and a half of those 113.7. Curry, of course, no longer with them for the next week. He's out with that hamstring injury. And when you take a look at what Golden State's been doing in the playoffs, they're coming nowhere near that regular season number. They've averaged just 102.1 points per game in their 9 playoff games versus the Rockets and the Timberwolves. They've only reached that 113.7 threshold one game, and they lost that 131-115 to the Rockets in Game 6. So I don't like Golden State's offense right now, especially not with Steph Curry on the floor. They just don't have the offensive power without him. And now Minnesota, of course, can take its best defender and now put it on, Jimmy Butler. They can take their second best defender, put it on Buddy Hield, etc. So where Hield goes off for, 33 points in that game one, well, now he's going to be facing, a much better defender in game three. So there's a ripple effect when you lose a guy like Steph Curry. I like game three under the total. When you take a look at what Golden State has done historically off a loss, In the playoffs off a loss, Golden State has gone under now 36, 13, and 1 their last 50 games off a loss. We're going to take the under in game 3 between the Warriors and the Timberwolves.
Under, I'm showing right now at the time of this recording, 200.5. 200.5 is your under the total, guys. And if you want to reach out to me, 443-957-1006. And as always, you can send me an email to eric@pickdogs.com. And as always, good day and good.